Now it's time for the final battle. Magic missile! Magic missile! Magic missile! Magic missile! Magic missile! Magic missile! I'm out of mana! I need a...
Hey guys, Rogue TCG here doing another commenter deck profile. This is going to be Magistus Dark Magician, shown by this user right up here. Thank you for your suggestion. This deck was a little bit difficult to make, in my opinion. There's not too much synergy between the two archetypes, except for the fact that they are spellcasters. Even the Magistus continuous spell, which is the best one, is a level 4 spellcaster, so you can even special rod off of it. So you're pretty much locked into just the Magistus off summoning off Trismegistus. However, I found this fusion base deck that works using very minimal Dark Magician things, in my opinion, but maxing out onto Magistus, Dragon of Destiny, given that it is fusion. You can use using an extra deck and you can monster, and you can make any of the Dark Magician stuff, primarily Dragoon as the main end boss for the Dark Magician. Ending off that, a Dragoon plus an Eternal Soul with Dark Magician Engrave isn't half bad, as well as perhaps ending on some follow-up plays via the Magistus line via Saint, which is a Snatch Steal, Calamity plus Ninaru on it to attack multiple times with a big guy, or with and with the big guy you can also attach Artemis onto it as well to make it so your opponents can activate specific things. So it's kind of like a floodgate guy if you can get this guy out and you know what your opponent's playing. Other than that, it's just kind of standard stuff. To be honest, it's Artemis, SP Little Knight, so I'm going to go down the deck list. It's double Dark Magician, triple to Magistus, Dragon of Destiny, which can special itself by sending a spellcaster or a Dark Magician spell trap from hand or field to grave. Then it can fuse from hand using monsters from hand and field, including a spellcaster. So you can fuse it all the Dark Magician stuff. The Magistus fusion is Magistus specifically. However, you don't actually have to fuse using Timaeus, so this can just serve as a vessel for Poly to fuse using two spellcasters on field or in hand, including Magistus to make this. So it is not impossible to make this with Timaeus. Apprentice Illusionist, Magician, just to get us our Dark Magician, because we do kind of have to have it in hand or on field, or in rotation rather, but we don't want to see it too many times, so we're only playing 2 of that. Triple Crowley, we're going to try and max out on all the Magistus we can that are like decent. Crowley Engrave can equip a Magistus to a monster. Yeah, you can banish this target Magistus. You control equip with a Magistus monster from your grave, except a level 4, so you can equip any of the big guys with Magistus from grave. So you can attach Artemis onto Zorua after you've already attached something with its own effect, so you can lock out the links and so on and so forth. Flame Zorua is a tuner, so you can use it to make Zorua in any of the synchros, so you are playing it. You can turn a Magistus, equip it with a Magistus from your extra, so this is another way to just attach something. And you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand or grave in defense, but its effects are negated, so it's a way to make that synchro by himself if you have a monster in grave already, perhaps via Magician Souls or something. Of course, you can't make synchros with Magician Souls, but you can link Magician Souls off with Artemis. Next we're playing one Master Endymion. This one's the worst. You can trigger Magistus, equip it with the Magistus monster from your extra, which is like good. It's the same effect as Zorua. However, its secondary effect is not as good. You can target a face of spell you control, destroy it, and draw a card. Then place a card from your hand at the bottom of the deck. So it doesn't even replace the card. You end up going -1 through that encounter. Of course, you can always pop the field spell. However, not very great, but we do need to have more Magistus names since we're maxing on all the other ones. Lastly, the better one is Magistus of Vare, I guess. If this is normal or special, you can add a Magistus spell trap from your deck to your hand. Either going to be the fusion spell or the special summon spell. or you can return one of your banished level 4 or lower spellcasters to your grave, which would be Alistair exactly, or Baby Alistair rather. And you can banish this card from your grave, target a Magistus monster you control with a Magistus from your grave. So it's the same effect as Alistair. Alistair can change attributes, which is not very relevant in this archetype, except for this one. However, we are not really planning on making 4s too frequently. However, we are playing the necessary requirements and the extra to make them. Now onto the Dark Magician stuff. Double Magician Rod. This deck is kind of fighting for the normal summon with Zoroa and Alistair and Vare. However, we do have the Magistus continuous spell, so we can kind of get around this. I believe we do have ways to get this out from our hand without using our normal, or without getting these guys out without using our normal. So this isn't impossible to get out, and it just searches the best Dark Magician card, Soul Servant. Triple Magician Soul, send 2 traps from hand or field to grave, draw that many cards, pretty good. Send the field spell, send a Soul Servant or something, draw some cards, Soul Servant, draw a couple cards, whatever. You can send a level 6 or higher spellcaster from your deck to your grave, pretty much always going to be Dark Magician. And you can special it or send it to grave and special that Dark Magician. If you want to dig for cards, you're going to special it. If you want to do Magistus stuff, you're going to special it to get Vare out. Not Vare, I apologize. Artemis, because when it's attached, it is Rhoda. You can search for a Magistus monster, I believe. Yes, you can search for Magistus monster when it's attached. It's just like an activated effect. But you can't special summon that Dark Magician if you do have Timaeus in order to go into Dragoon, which is kind of a better card than most Magistus cards, to be completely frank. But Zoroa is pretty good comparative. They stand pretty much on equal ground, one being kind of like a pseudo floodgate, the other one being just a big unkillable asshole. That's it for the monsters. Now into the spells. We're playing double Eye of Timaeus. I think it's just very funny. Playing Eye of Timaeus, it lets us cheat out some stuff out of the extra, like Master of Chaos that we probably weren't supposed to do. We can summon the Dark Magicians and stuff. It lets us just cheat a material. And it does mention Dark Magicians, so I believe you can add this off of this. Yeah. Spell Trap that mentions Dark Magician. This mentions Dark Magician, so you can add this off of Circle. So you're playing functionally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 copies of Eye of Timaeus, so you're pretty much good. We are running triple Dark Magical Circle. It just searches and it's removal and stuff. When you summon your Dark Magician, it lets you get excessive value. And if you don't need it anymore, you can send it to the graveyard either via Endymion or Magician Souls in order to get some card advantage. We are playing triple Trismegistus. First time a Magistus equipped with an equipped card to be destroyed in battle. This turn it's not. You can use one of the following effects once per turn, only once that turn. You get special a level 4 spellcaster from your hand to your field, or you can send this piece of card to the grave, special summon any number of Magistus with different names from your hand. This can help us flood the field if we open a handful of Magistus or like an Artemis and like 2 other Magistus. We can, get a pretty full board going with Trismegistus. So, pretty good card. Double Magician Salvation, it's super searchable, and it just gets us into our 1 of Eternal Soul, which is our basically our continuous engine going on, just to get continuous advantage via leaking like Artemis into SP Little Knight. Just having a Dark Magician on board can remove stuff with the Dark Magical Circle. The idea of this deck is just to get an advantage engine going. Honest thoughts about the deck, I don't think it's particularly competitive in my opinion. I don't think something very competitive can be made with these 2 combinations of archetypes, just because I don't feel like they play very nicely with each other, and they don't play nice enough. They play their own game plan, so you can either open one game plan or another. There's a couple cards that can synergize positively, like Timaeus. However, I just don't think it is a future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh, and thank you for the idea. Bye.